What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol CEI for Camber Energy Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. This, of course, will be more of an update. We covered it just yesterday, and the main takeaway from yesterday's video was what? Basically, we were not hunting for new longs up here, and if there was a move higher, we did want to see it supported by really solid volume down below, and that's exactly what we got from today's session. So, good volume did support the move higher in the earlier part of the session, but as you can see, a pretty aggressive pullback did develop into the latter half of the day, so that's where that hunting for new long parts definitely comes into the mix. And I still don't think it's time to be hunting for longs if you're not already long the stock. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're long from anywhere this consolidation or before then fine, you're riding this one out and sitting quite nicely, to be honest with you. But again, if you're not long, then please be patient here. Wait for a more risk-friendly entry. Those numbers for risk-friendly entries are going to be, of course, the prior breakout point from 333, and we are holding that into the post market here, currently trading about 388 by 389, so up around this zone. And as long as we hold that, that's like scenario number one. That's the golden scenario where everything in the world is just picture perfect and we see upside continuation. Is it likely that it holds? I mean, maybe based on some of these lower wicks printing in here. Again, the fact that we had an increase in volume on today's session, it might hold. But again, is it really risk friendly, just to do some sort of pullback like this? I don't know. To me, I would expect a little bit more here. I would want to see at least, if it does hold the 333, I would want to see some sideways price digestion, some price acceptance, similar to what we had in this prior bull flag, which led to obviously this beautiful breakout to the upside. So as it sits right now, I would be patient if we hold 333 and not just chase this, not really build a position until we put in some sort of structural pattern where there's a clear breakout point, right? So some sort of pennant, maybe some sort of flag. Who knows what it would end up being? But that's what I would watch out for. What do we see to the downside underneath 333? That's where, again, we're being a little bit more patient and waiting for that 258. If we get down into this area, then maybe you can take a stab long at that as a sort of pullback retracement area. And let's just do the exercise of taking out the fibs coming in from the low of the move. Let's go with the red candle all the way on up to the high. And what you'll notice is it's slightly below our 61.8. And the 61.8 is generally seen as the line in the sand, the area that you want to see hold. But I would give it the wiggle room to come down into that 258, noting that that was more of a structural area, right? If I scrunch up this chart, you can see where that's coming from, right? We had a prior area of resistance, and then when we broke it, that's where we sort of got that move to come from. So that would be my next downside target where I would be starting to look for healthy pullbacks. So anything that looks like a hammer candle, anything that looks like an indecision doji, basically things that make you question, is this pullback here starting to end? Can we flip long over the highs and then get back up and into some of those upside targets, which would be structure from the move down essentially, right? So all things considered, being patient here if you're not already long. If you are long, fine, you can stay long. In terms of today's move, let's just throw the fibs on that to get a sense for where some recapture areas would be. Where's the 930 candle? There it is. So coming in from the low all the way on up to the high of today's session, what you'll notice is that this 408 is actually, that was coming from prior structure if you check out yesterday's video, but also on today's session, it's where we saw a little bit of resistance. So that would be the first area, again, where if we get a push, maybe there's a potential scalp. And again, this is a very quick trade here, given that there's not much digestion yet. Some sort of bull flag gets put in, take the break of that to get back up towards the high of day. So those are my thoughts in general here inside of CEI. Again, I just want to echo that if you're not already long, be patient. If you are already long, great trade. Just monitor this one for some more upside continuation and be stringent with your stop loss, right? You don't want to give back a majority of the gains, especially given that this has been such a monster move so far. So that's it. That's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new, definitely let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.